30 specialists and the most advanced machines money could buy couldn't stop a billionaire's mysterious decline. But the woman scrubbing his floors, armed only with forgotten knowledge and sharpened eyes, saw what every doctor missed. Sometimes what kills you isn't what the doctors are paid to look for. Chief Emmanuel Nwosu deteriorated in his VIP hospital suite. Machines beeped, specialists frowned. Death approached despite world-class medical minds puzzling over his case. Amanda Okoro slipped into the room, invisible as always. Night shift meant fewer eyes to look through her. She inhaled antiseptic, cologne, and something else. Something metallic. Wrong. Her chemistry-trained mind jolted with recognition. She froze. The distinct yellowing fingernails, the particular pattern of hair loss, and the subtle discoloration of his gums. Her heart raced. The answer crystallized in her mind. Clear as laboratory glass, she knew exactly what poison was killing him. But who would listen to a cleaner when 30 specialists had failed? The Lagoon Hospital in Ikoyi, Lagos, housed a secret, the ultra-luxury wing where wealth purchased privacy. Chief Emmanuel Nwosu's suite resembled a 5-star hotel, with medical equipment discreetly concealed behind mahogany panels and ambient lighting. The tech billionaire had paid for exclusivity, demanding Nigeria's top diagnostic minds solve his mysterious decline. Amanda methodically dusted the room's expensive surfaces. At 38, her movements were efficient, economical habits formed through necessity. Single mother, night shift worker, invisible. Yet her eyes missed nothing, categorizing symptoms, analyzing patterns that doctors overlooked. 10 feet away, Dr. Tunde Adebayo addressed his team of specialists, silver-haired, UK-trained, with a voice that never needed raising to command attention. Gentlemen, we've exhausted conventional pathways. Chief Nwosu's symptoms defy standard diagnosis. His liver function continues to deteriorate. Neurological symptoms worsen. We must consider more exotic approaches. Amanda kept her head down but her ears open. She'd learned this skill in university, absorbing lectures while taking meticulous notes before life intervened. 15 years ago, Amanda had been the University of Lagos's chemistry department star, a scholarship student on track for medical research. Then her parents' accident left 3 younger siblings needing support. She withdrew mid-semester, promising to return. She never did. The cleaning staff needs to finish quickly, Dr. Adebayo announced, noticing Amanda. His words dismissed her without directly addressing her. We have important matters to discuss. Amanda nodded, her face neutral, despite the familiar sting. They saw her uniform, not the mind behind it. She'd maintained her passion for chemistry through library books, online lectures, and scientific journals read during lunch breaks, knowledge without credentials. As she wiped surfaces, her eyes caught Chief Nwosu's chart. Puzzling symptoms, peripheral neuropathy, alopecia, digestive issues, classic presentations misattributed to separate conditions. Dr. Adebayo swept past, brushing her aside without acknowledgement. Amanda stepped back, becoming part of the wall, the furniture, the background. Dr. Adebayo walks past me every day like I'm part of the furniture, she thought. That's why he never notices what I see. Her gaze shifted to Chief Nwosu's personal items, expensive grooming products arranged neatly on the bathroom counter. The body lotion in particular, imported and exclusive. She noted its position had changed since yesterday. Someone had moved it. Amanda filed the observation away. In chemistry, small inconsistencies often revealed the answer. The suite door opened as a well-dressed man entered. Femi Adekunle, according to the visitor badge clipped to his tailored suit. Amanda recognized him from business magazines as Chief Nwosu's longtime close friend. Chief is resting, Dr. Adebayo informed him. His condition hasn't improved. I brought his favorite body lotion, Femi replied, placing an elegant black jar on the nightstand. Imported from Switzerland, a small comfort, but he insists it's the only brand that doesn't irritate his skin. Amanda noted how Femi positioned the jar prominently, ensuring it would be used. Something in his careful placement triggered her analytical mind. Too deliberate, too insistent. Later, as she cleaned an adjacent room, Amanda overheard 2 residents discussing Chief Nwosu's case. Strangest symptom progression I've ever seen, the first said. Like multiple conditions simultaneously. Dr. Adebayo thinks it's an autoimmune cascade, replied the second. But the tests keep coming back inconsistent. Meanwhile, the richest man in tech circles gets weaker while we chase theories. Amanda paused, connecting fragments in her mind. The symptoms, the mysterious decline, the expensive body lotion that appeared regularly. A hypothesis was formed, but she needed more observation. That night, she adjusted her cleaning schedule to include Chief Nwosu's room during his sleeping hours. She studied his chart updates, noting new symptoms that further confirmed her suspicions. The pattern was becoming unmistakable to someone with her specific knowledge. As her shift ended, Amanda stared at her reflection in the employee bathroom mirror. The uniform, practical, forgettable. The face tired but still sharp with intelligence, the invisible barrier between her world and theirs. They don't see me, she whispered to herself, but I see everything. Alarms erupted at 2:17 a.m. Amanda heard the code blue announcement while cleaning the adjacent room. Doctors rushed past. Chief Emmanuel Nwosu had deteriorated suddenly. She paused her work, heart racing. Through the partially opened door, she watched the emergency unfold. Liver enzymes critical, kidney function dropping, neurological responses diminished, a resident reported, his voice tight with tension. Dr. Adebayo strode in immediately, taking command. Full toxicology panel again. Something's causing this cascade failure. Amanda edged closer, drawn by both concern and scientific curiosity. The medical team worked frantically, monitors beeping faster, nurses rushing with medications. Could it be environmental? Suggested Dr. Chinedu Okoye, a younger physician. Something in his food, water, or personal products? Dr. Adebayo dismissed this with a cutting glance. We've tested everything in this room twice. Focus on medical possibilities, not amateur detective work. Dr. Okoye shrank back. The team continued their urgent intervention, stabilizing Chief Nwosu temporarily. As the crisis subsided and doctors dispersed for consultations, Amanda slipped into the room. She checked his chart, memorizing new symptoms. Then her eyes returned to the bathroom counter, the body lotion. Something about its metallic sheen on the nightstand triggered a memory from her university days, a specific lecture on heavy metal poisoning. Amanda moved closer, examining Chief Nwosu's fingernails. The discoloration pattern is subtle but distinctive, the particular quality of his hair loss and the reported abdominal pain. She inhaled sharply. The symptoms matched thallium poisoning, exactly as described in her toxicology textbook. Could 30 specialists have missed something so classically presented? Amanda hesitated, then approached Funke, a night nurse she'd built a friendly rapport with. Excuse me, Amanda said quietly. Has anyone checked Chief Nwosu for thallium poisoning? His symptoms match exactly. Funke's expression shifted from friendly to dismissive. Amanda, I know you mean well, but please, these are the country's top specialists. But the pattern of, if you're done eavesdropping, the bathroom needs cleaning. Funke interrupted, her voice cooling. Leave the medicine to the doctors. Amanda stepped back, cheeks burning. She returned to her cart, the familiar weight of dismissal settling on her shoulders, but certainty crystallized in her mind. She knew what was killing Chief Emmanuel Nwosu. The question was, would she risk her job to make someone listen? As she wheeled her cart down the corridor, Amanda's thoughts raced. The symptoms aligned perfectly with her hypothesis. The progressive neurological issues, the digestive problems, and the distinctive pattern of hair loss. In her undergraduate toxicology course, thallium poisoning had been presented as the perfect poisoner's tool, difficult to detect unless specifically sought. She completed her shift mechanically, mind focused on the chief's declining condition. At home, she pulled an old textbook from her small but treasured collection, salvaged from her university days. The chapter on heavy metal poisoning confirmed her suspicions. Thallium, colorless, odorless, absorbed through skin contact, causing systemic damage while mimicking numerous conditions. The next morning, Amanda arrived early, determined to find a way to make someone listen. She watched as Femi Adekunle visited again, bringing another jar of the exclusive body lotion. The routine was always the same, insisting it was the only brand Chief Nwosu would use, personally applying some to show its quality. A perfect delivery system for a slow, deliberate poisoning. Amanda weighed her options. Direct confrontation would be dismissed immediately. Evidence was needed, irrefutable proof that even Dr. Adebayo couldn't ignore. She made her decision. Chief Emmanuel Nwosu was running out of time. During her break, Amanda used the hospital's public computer to confirm her suspicion again. The symptoms aligned perfectly. She scribbled a note on hospital stationery. Check for thallium poisoning. Classic presentation. She left it on Dr. Adebayo's clipboard while cleaning his office. The next morning, she positioned herself near the doctor's meeting room. Through the partially open door, she heard Dr. Adebayo's voice. And apparently, he said with audible derision, "Our cleaning staff has diagnostic opinions." Laughter rippled through the room. "Someone left an anonymous note suggesting thallium poisoning. We tested for heavy metals in the initial workup," another doctor responded. "Exactly. Standard procedure," Dr. Adebayo dismissed. "Cleaning staff playing detective. Next, they'll be performing surgery." Amanda's chest tightened. Her hands gripped her cleaning cart until her knuckles whitened. The dismissal stung, but the patient's life mattered more than her pride. She formulated a new approach. Dr. Chinedu Okoye, the younger physician, seemed more approachable. During her afternoon shift, Amanda timed her cleaning to intercept him. "Excuse me, Dr. Okoye," she began, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "About Chief Nwosu, I believe he's suffering from thallium poisoning. The symptoms match perfectly." Dr. Okoye's expression shifted from surprise to discomfort. "That's an interesting theory. But we've tested for heavy metals. Standard tests might miss it if it's being administered consistently in small doses," Amanda pressed. "His body lotion." "I appreciate your concern," he interrupted, checking his watch. "But I need to be somewhere. Perhaps mention it to the nursing staff." He walked away quickly. Amanda stood alone in the hallway, invisible once more. Later that evening, the head of security approached as she cleaned. "Miss Okoro, we've had reports of you interfering with medical matters. This is a warning. Know your boundaries, or there will be consequences." Amanda nodded, throat tight. She needed evidence, irrefutable proof, but gathering it meant crossing lines that could cost her her job, the income her family depended on. That night, alone in the employee break room, Amanda made her decision. Chief Nwosu had perhaps days left. Her job security couldn't outweigh a human life. She formulated a plan, drawing on chemistry knowledge that had lain dormant but never disappeared. She would need cleaning supplies, access to a lab, and perfect timing. Tomorrow she would force them to see what they'd missed, or lose everything trying. Femi visited again that afternoon, staying only 15 minutes but ensuring the body lotion was prominently placed. Amanda observed from the hallway, noting how he encouraged the day nurse to apply it to Chief Nwosu's hands and arms for comfort. After he left, Amanda performed routine cleaning in the bathroom, carefully studying the body lotion's container. The expensive packaging revealed nothing suspicious, but the product itself had a faint metallic sheen when examined closely. She needed a sample. She waited until the nursing shift changed when the room was momentarily unattended. With practiced efficiency, Amanda transferred a small amount of cream into a sterile specimen container she'd acquired from the supply room. The sample disappeared into her uniform pocket. That evening, Amanda picked up her children from her neighbor's apartment. 12-year-old Chika and 14-year-old Amara had grown accustomed to her exhaustion, to homework completed without maternal oversight. "Mummy, are you okay?" Amara asked, noting Amanda's distraction. "Just a complicated situation at work," Amanda replied, forcing a smile. "Nothing for you to worry about." After the children were asleep, Amanda spread her materials across the kitchen table, her old toxicology textbook, printouts from medical journals, and notes on Chief Nwosu's symptoms. The pattern was undeniable to trained eyes. Why couldn't 30 specialists see it? Because they weren't looking for it. Because thallium poisoning was rare, almost archaic, a throwback to old spy novels. Because they'd run standard panels that might miss gradual exposure. And because no one listened to cleaners. Amanda stared at her cleaning uniform hanging on the door, the physical embodiment of her invisibility. Tomorrow, she would risk everything. Amanda arrived early for her shift, carrying a small bag. Inside, baking soda, aluminum foil, and small containers. Innocent items that, combined with standard cleaning solutions, could create a rudimentary but effective test for thallium. First, evidence. During morning rounds, she timed her cleaning to overhear Chief Nwosu's latest symptoms. The progression matched thallium poisoning perfectly. Worsening neuropathy now affecting speech, distinctive hair loss, and rapid deterioration. She carefully collected another tiny sample of the body lotion. In a maintenance closet, Amanda worked quickly. The makeshift chemistry setup looked nothing like sophisticated hospital equipment, yet the principles remained sound. She'd performed similar tests in university labs, earning top marks for accuracy with minimal resources. The test confirmed her suspicion. Positive for thallium. She photographed the results with her phone. Next, Amanda reviewed the visitor log. Femi Adekunle visited regularly, always bringing the same exclusive body lotion as a gift. The timing matched the escalation of symptoms. At 2 p.m., Amanda learned of an emergency conference in Chief Nwosu's suite. All specialists would attend, perfect timing. She changed into her freshly laundered uniform, straightened her badge, and gathered her evidence. Test results, visitor logs, a symptom timeline, and research printouts. She rehearsed her explanation mentally. The doctors gathered in the suite, tension evident in their postures. Dr. Adebayo stood at the center, presenting the latest failed interventions. Amanda knocked once and entered without waiting for permission. 30 pairs of eyes turned toward her. Dr. Adebayo's expression shifted from surprise to irritation. "This is a closed medical conference. Please come back. Chief Nwosu is dying of thallium poisoning," Amanda stated clearly, her voice steadier than her heartbeat. "I can prove it." Dr. Adebayo's face hardened. "Security," he began. "The symptoms match perfectly," Amanda continued, stepping forward and placing her evidence on the table. "Progressive ascending peripheral neuropathy, distinctive alopecia, abdominal pain, cognitive decline, a classical presentation." She pointed to her test results. "I confirmed thallium presence in his body lotion, the imported brand he uses daily. Absorption through the skin, slow poisoning over months." "This is absurd," Dr. Adebayo snapped. "You're a cleaner, not a physician." "I was a chemistry honors student at the University of Lagos before personal circumstances intervened," Amanda responded, maintaining eye contact. "The poison is being introduced through the body lotion brought by Femi Adekunle during his regular visits. The timeline matches the symptom progression perfectly." She laid out her evidence methodically, pointing to the visitor logs, the symptom progression charts. Her explanation was precise, scientific. Standard heavy metal panels might miss it because the poisoning is gradual, maintaining levels just below typical detection thresholds, she explained. But the cumulative effects are textbook. Complete silence fell over the room. Dr. Adebayo opened his mouth to object, then closed it, examining her evidence more closely. Dr. Okoye, the young physician, leaned forward. "This actually makes perfect sense with the symptom progression. The tests we ran might indeed miss gradual exposure." Another specialist nodded slowly. "The hair loss pattern and neuropathy presentation are consistent with thallium toxicity." The silence deepened as 30 specialists confronted what they had missed and who had found it. "It's thallium poisoning," Amanda concluded quietly. "The symptoms are textbook, if you know what to look for." Amanda stood firm, her heart pounding. "How exactly did you test for this?" asked Dr. Ifeanyi, the toxicology specialist. "Sodium rhodizonate reaction," Amanda replied without hesitation. "Modified for field testing with limited resources. The color change is unmistakable when thallium ions are present." Dr. Ifeanyi raised an eyebrow, impressed. "That's an advanced technique." "It was covered in advanced toxicology methods, second-year chemistry," Amanda responded. "Professor Harrison's course." Recognition flickered across several faces. Harrison was a Unilag legend. "You were his student?" Dr. Okoye asked. "For one semester," Amanda answered, the old regret briefly visible, "before I had to withdraw." Dr. Adebayo examined her improvised test results with grudging attention. His expertise couldn't deny the evidence. "The concentration pattern suggests deliberate sustained exposure," Amanda continued, pointing to her timeline. "Each application delivers a sublethal dose that accumulates in his tissues. The symptoms escalate in perfect correlation with Mr. Adekunle's visits." The specialists began asking technical questions, which Amanda answered with precise scientific terminology. With each response, her invisibility diminished. They were seeing her now, not her uniform, but her mind. Dr. Okoye pulled up the chief's latest labs on a tablet. If we specifically test for thallium, rather than running a standard panel, you'll find elevated levels, Amanda finished, particularly in hair samples from the past 3 months, which will show the poisoning timeline. The room's energy had transformed. The dismissive barrier had cracked. Run a focused thallium test immediately, Dr. Okoye ordered. 2 specialists rushed to comply. Dr. Adebayo remained frozen, staring at Amanda's methodical evidence. If you're correct, he finally said, his voice strained. We've been poisoning him further with our treatments. The chelation therapy for suspected mercury would be ineffective for thallium, Amanda confirmed. He needs Prussian blue immediately to bind the poison. A nurse returned breathless minutes later. Rush toxicology confirms thallium at significant levels, she announced. The room erupted in controlled chaos. Orders flew, treatment protocols shifted, security was contacted regarding Femi Adekunle. The security footage, Amanda suggested. Check when he delivered the body lotion. He likely applied some himself to establish trust in the product. Already requested, Dr. Okoye nodded. The hospital security officer entered. We've reviewed footage. Mr. Adekunle manipulated the cream when alone in the room. We've contacted the police. Prussian blue was administered. Additional blood work confirmed Amanda's diagnosis completely. 3 hours later, Chief Emmanuel Nwosu's vital signs stabilized for the first time in weeks. Amanda stood quietly by the wall, her presence momentarily forgotten. Dr. Adebayo approached her, his tall frame seeming less imposing now. Your intervention was, he paused, visibly struggling. Correct, completely correct. How did you see what 30 specialists missed? I'm invisible, Amanda replied simply. I observe without being observed. I see patterns without preconceptions, and I never forgot my training, even when life took me away from it. Dr. Adebayo nodded slowly. I owe you an apology. We all do. Before he could continue, monitors indicated Chief Nwosu was regaining consciousness. The room hushed as the billionaire's eyes opened. What happened? He whispered hoarsely. Dr. Adebayo stood at his bedside. A critical moment of choice played across his face. He straightened his shoulders. You were being poisoned with thallium, Chief. We missed it. All of us. He turned toward Amanda. This is Amanda Okoro. She solved what 30 specialists couldn't. Complete silence filled the room. Every eye turned to the cleaner. The chief's weak gaze found her. Thank you, he whispered, for seeing what they missed. The silence broke as Dr. Okoye began to applaud. Others joined until the sound filled the room. Amanda stood taller, her expertise finely visible. The invisible barrier had cracked irreparably. Sometimes the most valuable knowledge isn't framed on a wall, she said quietly. The momentary triumph was interrupted as police officers arrived. They requested statements from key personnel, including Amanda. We need to understand exactly how you identified the poisoning, Officer Sani explained, treating her with the same deference afforded the specialists. I recognized the symptom pattern from toxicology training, Amanda explained, then confirmed it through chemical testing. And your background is in chemistry. Incomplete degree. I was forced to withdraw for family reasons. The officer nodded, impressed. Your observation may have saved Chief Nwosu's life and provided crucial evidence for prosecution. As the investigation intensified, Dr. Okoye approached Amanda with a chair. You should sit. The simple courtesy symbolized the shifting dynamics. Your chemistry background? What was your focus? He asked. Toxicology and organic analysis, Amanda replied. I was researching detection methods for environmental contaminants. You would have made an exceptional diagnostician, he observed. Life had other plans, she responded without self-pity. As evening approached, Dr. Adebayo intercepted her. Miss Okoro, hospital administration has authorized paid administrative leave while you assist with the investigation. The subtext was clear. They couldn't have someone who had demonstrated such expertise returning immediately to cleaning floors. The status quo had been irreparably disrupted. I'll finish my current duties first, Amanda said. Dr. Adebayo looked startled, then nodded with newfound respect. As she completed her shift, Amanda noticed the changed atmosphere. Nods of acknowledgement from doctors, congratulatory smiles from nurses. Her invisibility had been permanently shattered. Police officers arrived within the hour. Amanda sat in a conference room, recounting her conclusions. You identified the poison, the delivery method, and the suspect through observation alone. Officer Sani clarified, impressed. Femi Adekunle is in custody. Initial questioning suggests corporate espionage. A gradual poisoning to force Chief Nwosu to step down before a major merger. When the interview concluded, Dr. Okoye brought her a coffee. Later, Dr. Adebayo approached. Miss Okoro, he began stiffly, I want to apologize for dismissing your concerns. His apology was minimal, awkward. Thank you, Dr. Adebayo. Amanda nodded. Your knowledge saved his life when our expertise failed, he acknowledged. We all have different perspectives, Amanda replied. Sometimes the answer is visible only from certain angles. As Amanda pushed her cleaning cart through the corridors, whispers followed. That's her, the cleaner who outsmarted 30 doctors. She worked with the same quiet efficiency, but her invisible shield had dissolved. People saw her now. Over the following days, the hospital administration struggled to categorize her. Her job title remained, yet she was repeatedly consulted on the chief's recovery. At home, she explained the situation to her children. So you solved a mystery the doctors couldn't? Chaik asked, wide-eyed. I noticed something they overlooked, Amanda corrected gently. A week after her diagnosis, Amanda was called to the administrative offices. The hospital's chief of medicine, Dr. Amina Bello, greeted her. Miss Okoro, your actions have placed this institution in an unusual position. The board has authorized a commendation and a bonus, and we'd like to discuss potential opportunities that might better utilize your scientific background. The offer was carefully calibrated. Recognition without fundamental disruption. I appreciate that, Amanda replied evenly. Chief Nwosu has also expressed interest in speaking with you once he's sufficiently recovered. 1 month later, Amanda received a message. Chief Emmanuel Nwosu requested her presence in his office on Victoria Island. She entered the gleaming tower that housed Nwosu Tech. The executive floor revealed a recovered chief, thinner but very much alive. Miss Okoro, he greeted her. Please sit. I'm alive because you saw what others missed. He studied her. Dr. Adebayo explained your background. Intelligence shouldn't be wasted. I've established a foundation to support brilliant minds facing financial barriers. You're the inspiration and first recipient. He slid a folder across the desk. Inside was documentation for a full scholarship to complete her chemistry degree. A living stipend included, along with a guaranteed placement in the Lagoon Hospital's toxicology department upon graduation. This isn't charity, Chief Nwosu clarified. It's an investment in exceptional talent. The hospital has already approved your position, part-time during studies, full-time after graduation. They're rather eager to have your expertise, officially. Dreams she'd packed away years ago were suddenly tangible again. My children, she began. The stipend covers child care, he assured her. The only question is, are you ready to reclaim your interrupted path? That evening, Amanda sat with her children, explaining how their lives would change. You saved a billionaire, Mummy? Her son asked incredulously. I used knowledge I never stopped building, she corrected gently. And now, we have a new chapter ahead. 2 weeks later, Amanda entered the University of Lagos not through service entrances, but the main doors, student ID in hand for morning classes, hospital badge for her afternoon toxicology internship. Dr. Adebayo nodded stiffly when they passed. Dr. Okoye became a friend and advocate. The department already has cases they want your perspective on, he mentioned. Your observational skills are unlike anything they've seen. On her first day assisting with a difficult case, Amanda stood in the laboratory surrounded by equipment she once only cleaned, now hers to command. The white coat felt foreign yet familiar. The weight of a dream deferred, not denied. She picked up the patient file and began her analysis, bringing both scientific training and the unique perspective of someone who had learned to see what others overlooked. Someone who understood that wisdom could be found in unexpected places. The Nwosu Foundation expanded, identifying other talented individuals whose education had been interrupted. Intelligence exists everywhere, not just in credentialed spaces, Chief Nwosu told the Business Day newspaper. Amanda Okoro saved my life because she maintained knowledge without recognition. 6 months later, Amanda presented at a hospital conference. Observation doesn't require credentials, she began, addressing doctors who had once walked past her. Sometimes the most valuable insights come from unexpected sources. Dr. Adebayo sat in the audience, nodding at her key points. After, a young hospital transporter approached her. "I've been taking night classes in nursing," she confided. "But nobody here knows. They just see the uniform." "Keep learning," Amanda advised. "Knowledge belongs to those who pursue it, regardless of title. And remember, being underestimated has its advantages. You see things others miss." 1 year after saving Chief Nwosu's life, Amanda attended a ceremony establishing the Okoro Scholarship for Scientific Excellence, a permanent endowment for individuals returning to scientific education after career interruptions. As Amanda stood to acknowledge the audience, she saw Dr. Adebayo among the attendees. Their eyes met. He nodded respectfully. 2 years later, Amanda stood in her graduation gown, her children beaming from the audience. At 40, she was older than her peers, her path unconventional. Yet as she received her diploma, she felt no regret. Each experience, even the years of invisibility, had shaped her unique perspective. "Remember this," she told her children after the ceremony. "Your worth isn't determined by how others see you. It exists independently, waiting for the right moment to shine." At a small celebration dinner, Dr. Okoye raised a toast to Amanda Okoro, who taught an entire hospital that wisdom can be found in unexpected places. In her new office at the Lagoon Hospital, once merely a building she cleaned, now her professional home, Amanda kept a small framed photo of herself in her former uniform. It was an acknowledgement of the unique strength gained through that experience. Her phone rang. A consulting request from another hospital facing a mysterious poisoning case. Amanda picked up, ready to apply both her formal training and her hard-won perspective. Her voice carried the quiet confidence of someone who had proven her worth beyond all doubt. "This is Dr. Okoro," she answered. "How can I help you?" The title felt right, earned through unconventional pathways, but no less valid for the journey taken. And as she listened, her mind connected dots that remained invisible to those who had never learned to see from the shadows. Please subscribe for more, because at Breeze Stories we champion overlooked brilliance. Each week we deliver sharp, human-first narratives where quiet talent rises, power shifts, and justice lands, like Amanda's climb from invisible cleaner to trusted toxicologist.